Welcome to Hardcore Garage. The saga that is my life continues. It's a good thing I got an upbeat attitude because I always have bad stuff happening. I just, let it roll off, whatever. It's just what happens, Work truck, right? Had to install garage doors Thursday, and different town, 45 minutes away, whatever. I get back, pull into my driveway, into the driveway, turn the car off to talk to my neighbor, won't start. Had to have it towed, put a new starter on it, and now it needs new brakes. So figured, why not make a video about how to do the rear brakes on an S10 on a Dodge Ram 4-wheel drive 07 quad cab Hemi. I'm replacing the rotors too because they're pretty nasty, because I'm not very good with maintenance on certain things. So we'll check that out also. First things first, just popping your lug nuts loose. Another important thing is always remember to wear steel-toed shoes or boots when working on a vehicle in case you drop something on your foot. Now them is some crusty rotors, and the pad's not completely worn out, but if you guys can see down in there. We'll move back over here to the driver's side and look at that nice rotor there. Got a hella groove in it. Just so you know, I'm not sure of all the years, but an 07 Dodge Ram, the lug nuts are 7/8, and then to get the caliper off is a 10mm. These usually come off pretty easy. That should have never happened, but again, I'm bad about maintenance on my work vehicles. Ooh, that was my crusty ass dust shield there. Yeah, that's pretty wild. 07. I got these 80s, 90s S10s are in better shape than this thing. They just do not make vehicles like they used to, guys. Starting to get some rust right here, and this stuff really never happened until I started leaving this thing outside. Yeah, that's a crusty. So we're going to pull these calipers off here and go from there. Your calipers are going to have 2 bolts, one on the top and one on the bottom. Usually they're fairly easy to get off. A lot of times on like the S10s, this is an Allen bolt. I've already broke them loose. My bad, I didn't show that. And this is a weird setup too. That's all the longer the bolt is. It doesn't go all the way through like on a traditional caliper. I'm no mechanic. I can do simple things. I probably could have changed the starter on this thing, but yeah, I really didn't feel like it, man. I don't see what the point is. If you can pay somebody to do something, help other people out, do it. I'm gonna have to get a pry bar on there. Alright, I got them off. I just had to pry on a little bit, but those brake pads are done. I should be ashamed. Look how rusty they are anyway on the back sides. That's just crazy, man. This truck, I've done the brakes once before on this, so it's an 07 with about 150,000 miles on it, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check that. But the next thing I got to do is get this bracket off here, which is this bolt here and this bolt back here. Okay, well that's off. It was a 13/16. Now I need to, I think them should just come off. But of course they're rusty, so I'm going to wail on it with a hammer a couple of times. If I don't do anything, I'm going to put some PV blaster on it and wait for morning, I guess. Alright, it is the next morning and we are back out here. I think I showed you everything last night that we had done. Got it all ready on the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead. I had to beat the crap out of this rotor. I'm going to go ahead and film that just so you can see, if you are having to do this, that there's a little bit of effort involved in removing the rotor. So let's go to the driver's side and check it out. I will get it. Guys, this is why you hire a mechanic. What have we been here like at least 10-15 minutes already now? This thing is so close to coming off. I highly suggest, if you have the ability to pay someone to do this, pay them. Going back, new clothes, got sweaty, got frustrated, went for a cruise. Probably wouldn't be so bad if I was working inside, but and you may be wondering, why am I outside when I got an air conditioning garage in there, which I'm letting all the AC out right now, but it's because we got bags out of that thing too, which traps my GT way back in the back also. So we got to get this done out here before it gets hot. So I've been working late at night, early in the morning, trying to learn stuff, man. Every car is different. And I think I probably showed you this before, but I am getting ready to compress the caliper. I use a C-clamp and one of the old brake pads. Fairly easy. Check it out. Hopefully you guys can see from that angle. I got the clamp set up on here. There is a tool that you can use for this that's probably way better than a C-clamp, but the C-clamp works. I may have to go pull the cover off of the master cylinder, but it doesn't look like it. It's compressing on its own. Just do it nice and slow. You're gonna have to do this to both sides. Want that puck to go all the way flat. There it is. Those pads are shot, by the way. They also make a little rod, or you can make one out of a coat hanger to hook through here to hang that caliper off there. You don't want it hanging off of the brake line. So what do we got here then? This is just your basic stuff from, this is from Advanced Auto. I got the painted ones. I can't even remember what it was. It was less than $100 for both of them. I think it was less than 75, honestly. And then I got the Duralast. I think these come from AutoZone. I've had them laying over there on the shelf for a while. But these are the official brakes of NASCAR. These actual brakes in this box, these ones right here, those brakes came off of NASCAR. That's what it says. Now, some of you guys that are mechanics, if I have any mechanics watching, probably caught this, and I didn't, because I'm not really that familiar with rear disc brakes. But as I'm putting it on, I discovered where right in there, that little gear above my finger there is the adjuster that makes these two pads go in and out. Well, and you can probably see it right there. This is actually, should be over here, and it's come loose off of that thing there. Well, I'm just going to toss that to the side. I don't use my e-brakes. I've never used my e-brakes in this truck. I'm going to make sure that's backed off enough. Slide this on here. I do not recommend that anyone else do this. I don't know if it's really a safety issue. I guess if I ever did need the emergency brake, this side's obviously not going to work the way it needs to. But yeah, I probably ought to do that now that I've got this new rotor off here. I may come back and do that, and we'll make a video of me changing that stuff. But if I do that, I'm going to change all that stuff in there, just like I would to, normal drum brakes. But on to the next thing. My new rotor should slap right on there now. Looks good. I'll put the new brakes into the caliper holder, whatever you call that, and we'll move on from there. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. What happened was I did not have these clips shoved all the way down. I took a little flat blade screwdriver and tapped them. I'm gonna make sure I don't make that mistake on the next side. Throw this caliper on here. Okay, what are we learning here? These little guys here, you need to make sure they're shoved back out of your way, or it will catch on shit. It just flops right back in there where I need it to when I get them things out the way. Hopefully these bolts will go right in this time. Feels like it's going in there. I'm probably breathing really hard, ain't I? Getting a workout, working on a truck. That shouldn't happen, should it? Think we can wipe that rotor down, throw this wheel back on. See how hard that was to get off there. Suppose it ain't gonna strip, right? I will put my big breaker bar on there. You should torque your bolts, guys. You should torque your bolts. I don't have a torque wrench. And I'm not trying to drive them through the concrete. There's Loctite on them bolts if it's still working. And let me grab the broke. They're laying right here beside me. These can be a little tricky at times. Let's try this back one first. Got me right there. I just need to do a little finagling with that one. Keep touching the damn brake. Don't want to touch the brake. Did I not bring my screwdriver? Sure, that's supposed to go past that little metal piece there. Like that. That one's in there nice. Gonna have to crawl up under here and mess with this one. I don't know if the camera's gonna get in my way. Alright, let's get this caliper back on here. That back one is a little bit of work there, guys. I won't lie. But it does go on. Let's shove these guys all the way back in here. Cat hair. That's like Loctite. Country Loctite. Just use some cat hair. Bet you didn't know that, did you? Learn new stuff every day. Where's my hole at? I ain't finding the hole. Maybe there wasn't enough hair around it, huh? That one found its home. Now that one found its home. We'll tighten these 10 millimeters up here. a little easier when you got a little bit of experience from the other side. This one definitely went together easier. Come on. Gotta use these Amish tools. All right. Throw the wheels on after we're gonna clean these rotors off with some Windex after I wash my hands. They just have monster freaking wheels on cars nowadays, don't they? Oh yeah. Let me sit down here. Oh, I'm weak. So weak. Sure y'all don't need to know how to put lug nuts on, do you? Or wheels on. One thing I will tell you that I just noticed, because I'm a very poor planner at some things, is my wife is going to freak when she sees her new concrete if I can't get all that stuff cleaned off of there. I'm a bad man. Not going to like that at all. Star pattern. Yes, I'm gonna hit them again when I get them on the ground. You should use a torque wrench. I ain't got one. That's pretty much it for rear brakes on a 2007 Dodge Ram. Well, that's it. I'm sure I didn't do everything 100% correct, because I'm not a mechanic. If there's something I did totally wrong in there, let me know. If there's something you can learn from what I did and might help you do it yourself, that'd be a good thing. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, normally I'm kind of back and forth. I'll pay people to do stuff when I can or when I have time. This thing was broke down, got brought back to me, so I'd already spent a bunch of money on it. I had half the stuff. I just felt like I just needed to do it, and why not make a video showing how much that I don't know what I'm doing. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Keep on trucking.